Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to get back on the Toyota, and my plan is to get the onboard air all set up, get an air tank mounted up underneath, and then convert the air conditioning compressor on the 2J into air compressor. Should be pretty straightforward little deal, so I just want to do a quick video on that, and let's get after it. What I'm going to reuse the tank that I had in the back. This was mounted up here in the back of the truck, but I want to put a box in here. So I thought I would mount that up front here underneath of the fuel cell. And that way it's up out of the way, but still useful enough. And then I can run all my air lines along the frame where the fuel lines are, and then pop out through the bed here somewhere my air fitting so I can hook my air hose up to air my tires up. Anyhow, so we're going to go ahead and give her a go and see how we can make this work. So I got the tank welded in there. I just went super simple. I just took this bracket that I had made before to mount on the other truck, and I just welded it to the frame. I figured I don't really foresee any reason why in the hell I'd have to take this thing back out again, so I just made sure to give myself enough room so I could get the fuel pump out if I had to. And so I got that all mounted in there. See that red hose there? I went ahead and got that all strung across the frame rails, and so I got them all ran out, and there it is down there. So the next thing I need to do is figure out, I have these fittings off of the Lexus that I cut off. That seems to be the theme of this project, is use everything I can off the old car. So what I'm going to do is try and figure out how to get this to fit in that little hole right there and not hit anything. You know, like power steering, hoses, engine mounts, steering shafts, stuff like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off of here and then pull this rubber hose off and then see what I have to work with. Problem two is that this is a pretty good size piece of pipe, and I'm a little leery that this little tiny hose isn't going to fit in there. So but first things first, let's get this thing cut off and see what we got to work with. Well guys, I had to stop with the air compressor, air conditioning air compressor. I figured out where the wire was for the clutch, and I got the clutch to activate, and the pump doesn't pump. So I'm assuming that the compressor is bad. So the next thing I need to do, since I have two open bays now, is to get some power ran in the shop. It's something I desperately needed for a while. As you guys can probably see in the background, we usually have extension cords all over the place. Not only is it dangerous, it's not very safe. So what we're going to do is I'm going to run a box here, and then, which is going to be a double gang box with 4 plugins, and this one here was a 2, and it's going to be a 4, and this one is going to be only a 2, but I'm going to run the power strip that was hanging on the wall over there. That way I can plug all my chargers for my battery operated shit and grinders and anything else I need to plug in over here and work on the bench that hopefully will be clean one day. And I'm going to put one here. And I'm going to fix this one. For some reason the top half of these plugs don't work. Somebody had cut the little strip in there that runs the power through there, so I'm going to go ahead and just swap those out so that way all 4 of those work. That way I can use the bandsaw and the belt sander and still have 2 plugs left over for other stuff instead of doing the switch around bullshit. And then we're going to do another one here, and then last but not least, I'm going to run a plug outside for my camper, because I right now am not OSHA approved. So I'm running an extension cord from here all the way down the door and around outside to plug the camper in. That way the fridge stays on and all the stuff stays cold, and because we use it a lot, so we just keep it stocked and ready to go. So anyhow, that's what we're going to be doing today, and I'm going to do a time lapse because this is obviously going to take a really long time to do. And you know, watching 3 hours of me going up and down a ladder and all that, I don't know, probably ain't that interesting. So enjoy. I got to do a repair, so I figured I would go ahead and show you guys what I'm going to do. It's been brought to my attention that since I have a super hitch on the back of my truck, when the camper's on, it's kind of a bitch to get in and out because I can't take the step and move it over. So I'll show you what I got in mind. So what I got is, with my super hitch on here, my Lance camper has the ability to put this step right here where that is, and right there where it is. But with this in the way, it just isn't going to happen. And this can, so usually we step on this and then over to there to get out of the camper, which is kind of a, well, I don't know. My wife doesn't have the greatest balance. She's got vertigo, so a lot of times she really has a difficult time getting in and out of this thing. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, I've got a piece of 2-inch square tube that fits on that receiver hitch, and I'm going to cut this piece of flat bar off right here, weld it on top, and then I'm going to take my ramp and I'm going to dedicate 16 inches of it, and I'm weld that to this. Then we'll have a nice wide base to stand on, and I can just take it out of the receiver when I want to hook the trailer back up. Because usually I pull away from the trailer anyway, so I figured, what the hell, let's make this thing safe so we don't have any accidents. Okay, just got that tacked on there. It's not a load-bearing deal, it's just a shim. So it just like that. I'm gonna let it cool off a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and modify this ramp I made a while ago and get it to fit on top of there. And then I can take the whole thing and slide it off and on. Woohoo! Alright, well there's my rough mock-up right now, just to give you an idea what the step's gonna look like. Alright guys, I got the wiring all done. Yay! Got the fuse panel on, everything's all legit. Looks like it's supposed to. Everything works, no blown fuses, no nothing like that, no blown circuit breakers. I checked all the plugs, they all work great. And happy day. So I went ahead and I ran a plug outside here for my RV. Badass. Got it all done right. And then I also, just to wrap things up, I got the step done. Threw some paint on it just to keep it from rusting, but there we go. Alright guys, well that wraps up today's video. I know I did a whole bunch of stuff all over the place, but honestly that's usually how my day or my weekend goes. I try to do several things at once because sometimes I kind of get frustrated at working on one thing, so it's nice to step away and work on something else, make some progress, and then come back to it. So anyhow, that's why it's been a little bit since I released a video, because I just kind of been doing a bunch of house stuff and shop stuff like that. So anyhow, we'll get back onto the Toyota. I've got a backup plan for the air compressor, and still got to do the battery. I got to do a bunch of stuff. So anyhow, we'll do that probably in the next video. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.